Hello, my name is Rachel Kelter, and I'm the school counselor at Century Academy. Today, we will be talking about high school planning, college and career planning, and 12th grade registration. This slide lays out the schedule for students in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. As you can see, in 9th grade, students take 6 classes. They earn 30 credits in semester 1, 30 credits in semester 2, for a total of 60 credits. And this is the schedule for students in 10th grade and 11th grade. If students are on track, they will be at 180 credits at the end of their junior year, which means their senior year, they can take 5 classes for 50 credits for the total of 230 credits to graduate from high school. This slide shows all of the graduation requirements. Students have 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 2 years of PE, 1 year of a physical science, 1 year of a biological science. In 10th grade, students take world history, 11th grade US history. In their senior year, you will take 1 semester of US government and 1 semester of econ. Freshman year, you should have finished up health. And then we have 1 year of a visual performing arts or a language or a career tech ed class, and then 75 elective credits. Many students often get confused. They think they need 1 year of a language to graduate, but as you can see, that requirement is either 1 year of a visual performing arts or 1 year of a language or 1 year of a career technical education course. However, if students do want to go straight from high school to a 4-year college, you will need 2 years of the same language and a visual performing art to meet the college admission requirements. Let's talk about credits. Each semester class is worth 5 credits. As a junior and senior, there are some elective classes worth 10 credits per semester. Students must earn at least a D- to earn the credits given. If a student fails a required class, he or she must repeat it and pass to graduate. Each semester is separate and must be passed. When students fail classes, they fall behind in credits and they will definitely need summer school to stay on track with graduation requirements. If you failed classes, please let me know, or we need to talk so we can schedule summer school for you, whether it's going to be at the district summer school or a summer school option offered outside of the district. Here's a sample schedule for students in their freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. You can see in your junior and senior year, you have a lot more options for electives. Let's talk about the level of classes. We have college prep, which prepares students for college. We have honors and advanced placement. Honors are a little bit more rigorous and demanding, and advanced placement are college level classes. If a student takes the AP exam at the end of the year and earns a high enough score, they may earn college credit for that class. Let's talk about planning ahead, life after high school, college and post-secondary options. Now is a great time to start thinking about your goals after high school. There are the 4-year college options, and this is where students would go to the same school for 4 years to work on their bachelor's degree. Some examples of the 4-year universities are UCLA, Cal Lutheran here in town, USC, San Diego State. We also have the community college option, which is the first 2 years in the 4-year college degree. The first 2 years, often students are working on their general education requirements. Moorpark College right here in town is a great option, ranked 4 in the nation and 1 in California for transfers. They also have a promise grant, which if students enroll as a full-time student and they complete the FAFSA, which is the financial aid form, regardless of income, students can qualify for the promise grant, which would pay for the first 2 years, which is really amazing. We also have technical vocational training opportunities. So if students are interested in culinary arts, IT training, fire academy, cosmetology school, we really have some great options all around our community locally. In terms of the four-year colleges, the California public universities include the California State Universities. California State University Channel Islands is the one close to us here in Camarillo. There's Cal State University Northridge, San Diego State, San Francisco State, a lot of Cal State University options all throughout the state. There's also the University of California system, which are the UCs. You have UCLA, UC Riverside, UC Irvine, UC Berkeley, a lot of great options there. And then students can choose from a number of out-of-state public universities. Some examples are University of Michigan, University of Oregon. And then there's the private universities. California Lutheran University right here in town is a great example of that, or USC, Stanford, Notre Dame. Those are all examples of private four-year universities. Preparing for the four-year universities, students should be thinking about what are those college admission requirements. The UCs call these college admission requirements the UC A through G requirements. And each letter stands for a different subject, and we'll talk about that more in the next slide. In general, students should earn a C or above in all their classes and have at least a 3.0 GPA to meet the minimum requirements. Again, these are just the minimum requirements, so your more selective schools will want to see mostly A's and B's. Your more highly selective schools will definitely want to see mostly A's and some really demanding coursework on your schedule, honors and AP classes. Students are strongly advised to repeat any D grade to remain eligible for the college admission requirements and to improve their GPA. Students may need to take the SAT or ACT. The SAT and ACT is the standardized test that used to be a part of the college admission requirements. Colleges are now moving away from the SAT and ACT. Some schools are completely test blind, so even if you take it, they won't look at it. Other schools are test optional. If you want to include it in your application, you can. And others will use the SAT or ACT score as a way to give students scholarships. So some students do take the SAT or ACT to try to earn some scholarships at certain universities. These are the A through G requirements for the UC and Cal States. The A stands for history, where students need 2 years, 4 years of English, 3 years of math, although they really prefer 4 years. And when you start applying to some of the out-of-state colleges or private colleges, some of these schools do require 4 years, so it's good to be aware of that. The UCs require 2 years of a lab science, but really prefer 3 years. Again, some of these out-of-state or private schools require 3 years or even require potentially 4 years. So it's good to be aware of what the different universities are requiring. The minimum requirement is 2 years of the same language. Your more selective schools will want to see 3 years. And students for the UC and Cal States will need 1 year of the same visual performing art and a college elective. Here's a recommended schedule for students who are interested in going straight from high school to a four-year college. You can see that as a senior, a student is recommended to continue with math. It's recommended that students take 3 years of science and potentially 4. Students would be encouraged to take 3 years of a language. If they're enjoying the language, then colleges like to see that you're continuing to challenge yourself. And you may want to potentially take a 4th year of a language. After students complete the PE requirement, they will often work on the visual performing art requirement for the UCs and Cal States as well. If you are a student athlete and you are interested in playing a sport at the college level, whether it's Division I or Division II, it's really important that you're aware of the NCAA eligibility requirements. There are core course requirements, and those are different than the UC A through G requirements. So it's important that you are aware of these requirements, and it's really helpful if you let me know so I can help keep you on track to meet those NCAA eligibility requirements. It's good to register with the NCAA by the end of your junior year. Here's a slide that walks you through the college process over 4 years. A student's freshman year, it's important to work hard, earn good grades, and start exploring colleges. Walk onto the CLU campus, see if you like a small school or a large school. In 10th grade, continue to work hard. Students can start preparing for the SAT or ACT if that's something that they'll need. In 11th grade, it's a good time to take the PSAT in October. At the end of your junior year, it's a good time to start taking the SAT or ECT if that's something that's your colleges are looking for. And then in 12th grade, continue to work hard. I encourage students to start their application process in the summer before their senior year. And the next slide, we'll talk about that a little bit more. Here's the 4-year application process. So again, at the end of your junior year, start taking the SAT or ACT if you're going to need it. And students can continue to take the SAT and ACT in the fall of their senior year. Definitely start working on your college application in the summer before your senior year. If your colleges are going to need an essay or a personal statement, this is really good to work on in the summer. It usually requires some thought, and they aren't as easy just to whip out. So we'd much rather have you finish those up over the summer instead of while you're working on all your senior classes. In the fall, you can start completing your applications. Most applications are due about the UCs the end of November. Some of your private schools might be December 1, January. If you're going to apply early action or early decision, those applications are often due at the end of October or beginning of November. And it's good to also complete the free application for federal student aid. Let's talk about preparing for the community college. In terms of the community college, students do not need to meet the specific A through G requirements. They do not need to take the SAT or the ACT. The community college is college, obviously, so it's good to challenge yourself with challenging classes in high school, particularly in terms of math. It can be helpful to take Algebra 2 CP so you're ready for college level math when you start at the community college. If students don't complete Algebra 2, it's okay. It's not going to prevent them from starting at the community college. They may choose to start with the math level that's equivalent to Algebra 2, or they can move to the college level class and just take advantage of all the math supports that are in place to help students succeed. At Moorpark College, you have the Promise Grant, and so students enroll as a full-time student and fill out the FAFSA. They're eligible for that, which could potentially pay for your first 2 years. There's smaller class sizes. Students can save money, obviously, with the Promise Grant, but also staying at home and just saving money for your 4-year college experience. Students at the end of the community college, it's your first 2 years, which are typically your general education requirements. So those are your math, English, science, history, and when you finish those, you can transfer to the 4-year university. It's much easier to get into a lot of these universities as a transfer student. In fact, UCs offer the transfer agreement guarantee. Many of the UCs will say, if you do X, Y, and Z, we will guarantee to accept you. So a great opportunity. And with some of the schools, for example, UCLA and Berkeley, they don't offer the tag, but if a student wanted to increase their chances, they can certainly do the honors program at Moorpark College and increase their odds in that way too. Technical vocational training opportunities. Juniors and seniors can take classes through the regional occupational program. the ROP program classes are offered on the Camarillo Airport campus. There's some great classes like the auto body, auto service, nursing, dental assistant, welding, some great options. Moorpark College, Ventura College, and Oxnard College also have some fantastic options. Oxnard and Ventura have really good automotive programs. There's also welding. Oxnard has culinary arts. Oxnard has a fire academy. There's child development at Moorpark. Some really good options. In the Valley, there's a West Valley Occupational Program, which has some great vocational training opportunities. There's apprenticeships for people interested in being an electrician or plumber. So some great opportunities for students who are interested in this path for a professional career. Naviance is a program that the district provides for all high school students and really is helpful for students to explore their interests, research careers, apply for colleges, and just helps with the application process as well. Now let's transition to the course request form for your senior year. I will send you a fillable form so you can complete this form. You'll complete the identifying information at the top, and then as seniors, if you are on track with all your required classes as seniors, the two required classes are English and then a semester of US government and a semester of economics, and then you can choose your electives to fill out your schedule. Depending on the classes that you are, or I should say, depending on what you want to do after high school might guide you in terms of the classes. If you want to be competitive with the four-year colleges, I would encourage continuing with math and those type of classes. You'll want to get a parent to sign the your course registration form, and then you can sign it, save it, and send it to me as soon as possible. I'd like to get your courses entered into queue as soon as possible. I'd also like to schedule a meeting with each of you, so please let me know when you're available to meet so that we can talk about your schedule and just make sure everything's good to go for your senior schedule. If I don't hear from you, I will start popping into your advisory teacher meetings so we can meet and discuss your schedule and get everything set up. Here's the elective sheet for students. The electives at the top are electives that have either an on-ground meeting or a Zoom meeting. So these meet once a week for an hour for the most part. The electives at the bottom are classes that are either completely online through Apex, or we also have the dual enrollment option. Students can take some classes at their residential high school, whether that's a sport or band, theater, chorus, or some language options. There's also the ROP classes that I mentioned before, as well as taking a class at Moorpark College or one of the other community colleges. We can certainly do that as well. I'm happy to help you with the dual enrollment process. This slide talks about the ROP classes. The ROP classes, again, are at the Camarillo Airport, and there are buses that take students out to those classes. Not all of the classes, so it depends on the time that the class is offered. These classes are open to all students in the county, so I strongly encourage you to go ahead and register for these classes as soon as possible if you're interested. Again, it is something that the students can register for themselves. Let me know if you're registering for a class. When students register, it does not guarantee that they will get the class, as all students in the county are applying for these classes, and some are highly sought after. For example, some of the nursing classes and dental assistant are high interest classes, and so they do try to make the classes equal across the county so that not just students from one school get in. So go ahead, and if you're interested in these classes, here's some links to their website so you can check out the courses and their course catalog, and then the registration portal is there as well for you to register. Let me know if you choose to register for a class, and then hopefully you get in for the ROP class that you're hoping to register for. These classes, students earn 10 credits each semester for these. Again, in terms of talking about the dual enrollments, students can take a class at their residential high school. These would be classes that you would need to attend Monday through Friday at whatever period of the day these are at. We can ask for a seat in the class. So if there is an opening, depending on the class, I can ask for permission for a Century Academy student to take a particular class at the residential high school. Again, students can also sign up for classes at Moorpark College. You can earn college credit, and then once you finish the class, you can give us your Moorpark College transcript, and we can add those credits onto your high school transcript. There is a process for the Moorpark College classes, so you would need to register as a student. Then there's a form that I need to complete for students that gives you permission to go ahead and register, that you need to return to Moorpark College. And then they will grant you permission to sign up for classes as a high school student. Let me know if you're interested. I'm happy to help with this process. And finally, let's finish up with talking about summer school. If you have failed any classes, it will be important for us to talk about summer school and sign you up if we need to get you caught up in credits so that you can graduate next year. If you're interested in staying on track for the four-year college, students who have earned a D will want to remediate those grades to stay on track and raise their GPA. The district offered summer school will be at Newbury Park High School this year. That's what I'm hearing. That will be in-person summer school. So if you're interested in that delivery model, I will be sending out information about that. Students can also take summer school through outside online providers. I'm happy to give you some different options for that. Students can take up to 40 credits outside of the district to have those credits put onto your high school transcript. And again, please see me regarding summer school so we can get you signed up and get you on track for graduating or whatever your goals are if you're hoping to get ahead. I look forward to receiving all your course requests, getting those completed forms, and hearing from you as to when you would like to meet and discuss your schedule and get it all completed so you're set to go for your senior year. Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to hearing from all of you. Again, if I don't hear from you, I will be popping into your advisory meetings and we will be finishing up your schedule. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help and hope you have a good rest of your day. All right, take care. Bye-bye.